You've probably heard the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, what if that apple became your only meal? Every day. Forever. This is the story of a woman who believed fruit could heal her body until it quietly destroyed it. A story about obsession disguised as wellness, likes disguised as love, and a paradise that turned into her final resting place. Meet Karolina Krzyzak, a former university student, Instagram wellness advocate, and self-proclaimed fruitarian who moved to Bali chasing health, purity, and peace, and died weighing just 49 pounds. Here are 10 chilling facts about how a diet meant to cleanse the body ended up erasing it. 1. The girl who wanted to be pure. Karolina was born in Warsaw, Poland, a bright artistic soul. At 18, she moved to the UK to study at Leeds University, where she fell in love with yoga, veganism, and the growing online culture of clean eating. At first, it was harmless smoothie bowls, morning meditations, and captions like, "I've never felt lighter." The problem? She started meaning that literally. Her followers called her glowing, her parents called her sick. But in the age of Instagram wellness, the thinner you look, the more disciplined people think you are. And Karolina was about to push that discipline beyond survival. And 2. The rise of the fruitarian dream. It started with one idea: raw is pure. Karolina met other influencers who promoted fruitarianism, a radical offshoot of veganism. That means eating only fruit. No grains, no legumes, no fats, no cooked food. Just raw fruit and sometimes, if you're lucky, a few nuts. They told her it would detoxify her body. They told her it would raise her vibration. What they didn't tell her, it would slowly erase her muscles, dissolve her bones, and starve her organs of protein. But Karolina wasn't just dieting anymore, she was part of a belief system. And belief systems don't need proof, they need followers. 3. From wellness to worship. By 2018, Karolina's Instagram had transformed into a shrine to raw living. She'd post bright papaya bowls and sunlit selfies with captions like, "I feel lighter than ever, both in body and spirit." Her followers praised her discipline, but behind those likes was a girl who couldn't walk upstairs without help. Her bones were becoming fragile, a sign of osteoporosis, which normally hits the elderly, not 20-somethings. Still, online, she looked like an influencer living her best life, the illusion that social media rewards best. Because here's the cruel irony: the more she deteriorated, the more inspirational she appeared. 4. The body that couldn't keep up. When her parents saw her at home that spring, they were horrified. Hair ice hollow, her collarbone sharp enough to cast shadows. She weighed less than most teenagers. They begged her to eat, to see doctors, to get therapy. For a while, she did. She stayed at a clinic, regained a little weight, and hope. But then came the relapse. And like many eating disorders disguised as wellness lifestyles, it wasn't the body that pulled her back, it was the community. 5. The cult of clean eating online. Karolina found her people: raw vegans, detox coaches, and fruitarian influencers preaching food purity as spiritual enlightenment. They didn't see a sick woman, they saw a committed soul. When her family called her brainwashed, she told a friend, "They don't understand this as healing." But what she called healing was actually self-starvation with branding. It's a phenomenon psychologists call orthorexia, an obsession with eating only pure or healthy foods to the point of malnutrition. And in an algorithm-driven world, extremism sells. You know what doesn't sell? Moderation. 6. The trip to paradise. By 2024, Karolina left Europe again, this time for Bali, the influencer's promised land. A place where yoga studios outnumber gas stations, and wellness retreats promise enlightenment for the price of a mortgage payment. She checked into Kima Hill Resort in December. Staff noticed her right away, a woman so fragile she could barely hold her luggage. She refused medical help, asking for one thing only: "Please bring me fruit, only fruit." They brought her mangoes, papayas, bananas, and unknowingly, her last meals. 7. The slow disappearance. Over the next 3 days, Karolina barely left her room. She tried sitting on the veranda once, twice, but even that was too much. By day 3, she wasn't answering calls. When staff opened the door, they found her body lying peacefully, surrounded by the fruit bowls she'd never finished. She was 27 years old and weighed 49 pounds. Her death certificate listed severe malnutrition, albumin deficiency, and advanced osteoporosis. Her body had eaten itself trying to survive. Number 8. The echo chamber that killed her. After her death, friends came forward. They said she had wanted help, but only on her terms, treatment that didn't involve doctors, just fruit and detox coaches. One wellness coach told reporters she looked around 60 pounds and could barely stand. But instead of calling emergency services, people online praised her spiritual strength. It's the dark side of digital health culture where starvation is rebranded as discipline and frailty is filtered into beauty. We say we want help, but what we actually worship is control. 9. The science behind the tragedy. Let's break down what fruitarianism actually does to the body. Fruits are rich in vitamins, yes, but nearly devoid of protein, iron, B12, calcium, and essential fat. Over time, this leads to muscle wasting, brittle bones, liver strain, electrolyte imbalance, and eventually heart failure. Your brain alone needs around 20% of your daily energy you can't sustain on bananas and moral superiority. And when the body runs out of nutrients, it starts recycling itself. That's not detox, that's starvation biochemistry. 10. The lesson we keep ignoring. Karolina's story isn't just about diet, it's about belief systems, and how easy it is to lose yourself chasing perfection. In an online world where clean eating is a religion, moderation is heresy. But food isn't morality, and pure doesn't mean healthy. The saddest part, Karolina wasn't suicidal. She truly believed she was healing herself. She died not from hate, but from hope misplaced in the wrong ideology. The next time someone tells you there's only one right way to eat, live, or heal, remember Karolina, because the road to hell is paved with good intentions and filtered through an Instagram feed. If this story hit you, share it. Not for clicks, but because someone out there might need to hear it before it's too late. And if you're struggling with food, health, or body image, please, don't go it alone. There's no shame in getting help. You deserve to live, not just exist on fruit and fear. Like this video if you believe real health isn't about perfection, it's about balance. Subscribe for more true stories that peel back the filters and show what really happens behind the screen. And tell me in the comments, do you think social media helps us heal or just hides the symptoms?